In 2022, Kanye West lost partnerships worth billions of dollars in a matter of weeks. But before that collapse, he had built one of the most successful celebrity-owned brands in history. I'm Lexi King, and this is the first video in the series, Famous Entrepreneurs. To some people, Kanye West is a visionary entrepreneur that other people just don't get. But to others, he's a source of controversy.
It doesn't matter. Am I lying? It don't matter! It doesn't matter! It doesn't matter!
Today, we're documenting the rise and fall of the Yeezy shoe deal. To understand the fall of Kanye West's deal with Adidas, we have to go to the beginning when he first started designing sneakers with Nike. By the end of the 2000s, Kanye West wasn't just a rapper, he was a figure in pop culture. But luxury brands didn't really take him seriously. Even when he was just an artist, Kanye West made his ambitions known.
I want to joke around and say, why is he still trying?
At first, he was heavily criticized and told by his critics that it would never happen.
We're not always in the position that we want to be at. We're constantly growing, we're constantly making mistakes.
But Kanye wanted more. He wanted creative control. The collaboration started as a success.
People didn't love the Yeezys the way they did for no reason.
The Yeezy shoes were in high demand and they held incredible resale value. But the collaboration that started with so much promise eventually made Kanye turn bitter.
5% royalty. I said, I need some type of royalty. Nike told me, we can't give you a royalty because you're not a professional athlete. I told them, I go to the Garden play one on no one.
Kanye felt like he deserved more from Nike that he wasn't getting.
Picture this. For me to do the Yeezys and not have a joint venture backing deal with Nike the next day would have been like if I made Jesus Walks and was never allowed to make an album.
Kanye was dissatisfied with his deal with Nike. He felt like he deserved more royalties, respect, and creative control. In his mind, without his design expertise and grasp on pop culture, the shoes wouldn't have had the massive success that they did.
I've got a very particular specific take on men's footwear. When I was in 4th grade, I was drawing Jordans. When my mama couldn't afford them, I was drawing those Jordans. Getting kicked out of class for drawing them. And when I got that opportunity to work with Nike, I went into that emotional space and place of my life and said, what was it about that? What were the cues that I can add when I make the Yeezys? And I wasn't the one rapper that had the opportunity to do a shoe with Nike for no reason.
For him, it was a major diss. In his mind, without his creative direction, the Yeezy shoes would have never had the massive success that they did. So while Kanye was beefing with Nike and wanting more, somebody else was scouting his talent.
He said Kanye's frustrated at Nike, he's ready to leave. And I was like, we need to work with him.
A man named John Wexler was tasked with hiring Kanye over Nike to Adidas.
He came in my office and he said, should we sign Kanye? And I said, yes. And he said, we can either sign him, we can let him keep killing us at Nike, or we can shoot him. And I was like, well, we're clearly not going to shoot him. So let me go sign him. And then he said, okay, go sign him or you're fired.
And when Kanye was signed to Adidas, the Yeezy shoe collection took off.
And that was obviously a huge thing for Adidas. You know, we built that business. When I left, it was 1.8 billion. It launched in 2015, February. Adidas market cap was 12. And their stock was like 27. And at the point of that tweet, when I officially was gone, their market cap was 60. Damn. So that's whatever that difference is in billion.
To Adidas, the collaboration with Kanye was a win.
This isn't about elitism. This isn't about separatism. This is about as many people being involved with this vision, as possible. Eventually, everybody who wants to get Yeezys will get Yeezys. Adidas has promised me that because there's so many kids that have wanted them that couldn't get them. And I talked to the heads at Adidas and they said, we can make them.
They got extra attention, pop culture clout, and revenue grew.
I designed this thing, we call it the foam runner, and we built a factory for it in Cody, and you can make these in 25 minutes. Amazing crew. We got guys that Nike sued us for.
But what Adidas didn't anticipate is what partnering with such a volatile artist would do for the brand. And suddenly, Adidas had to make a decision. Protect their partnership with Kanye or protect the future of the company.
I was taking 2 pills a day at that time. When I left the hospital, how many pills you think I was given? 7. And why I denounced, why I dropped those tweets and everything, because I was drugged the fuck out.
And it was considered such an oversight that the shareholders at Adidas even sued them over it. People were becoming scared of Kanye's power. On one hand, he can drive sales and create these innovative designs, but on the other hand, he's a big liability to any business deal.
This is like serious.
Suddenly, some of his supporters and brand deals began to dry up.
Adidas announced its decision to part ways with Kanye in the wake of the rapper's anti-Semitic remarks and other offensive comments. For a review, the company has taken the decision to terminate the partnership with Ye immediately.
So in October 2022, one of the most successful collaborations in history ended.
That Adidas wouldn't have went into JP Morgan and froze my account and put a $75 million hold on 4 different accounts. I went from being a multi-billionaire to not being able to use my Apple Pay. Somehow Adidas was able to legally go in and freeze my money. And when I see this, I think, well, if this could happen to me, this could happen to other Americans.
The consequences were immediate. Billions of dollars in future revenue vanished.
For expressing yourself, for expressing frustration.
Yeezy inventory, which used to sell out almost instantaneously, was suddenly stacked high in warehouses unable to be moved.
As they were trying to steal my company from me and steal my designs.
Investors were worried.
They hired my lawyer. They paid the lawyer, Equan Rowe. They paid this lawyer to sign off my IP, North St. Chicago Psalms IP, to Adidas. This is a major company doing this to a major person in front of everyone. If that can happen to Ye, what can happen to you?
Both sides lost. Adidas lost a powerhouse stream of revenue. Kanye lost the deal that gave him the infrastructure to make Yeezy known worldwide. Now that the partnership was gone forever, both sides faced a question. What would they do without the other? For Kanye, the Yeezy deal wasn't just about sneakers. It was about his creative control over his own product that he helped create and his limits of freedom as an artist. And for Adidas, they learned that building a brand around one single personality was powerful but too unpredictable. When one person becomes too responsible for your success, they can also become responsible for your damage. Adidas and Kanye, they built a billion-dollar empire together. They reshaped fashion and culture. They created one of the most iconic brands today.
For everyone in contracts, I know that this will never happen again in history. There will never be a situation where people end a multi-billion-dollar deal off of a tweet. Gotcha. Gotcha.
But they also proved something else together. The higher a partnership can rise, the harder it can fall.
And I feel free.
If you love entrepreneurial stories, subscribe to my YouTube channel and let me know what you want to see in the comments below.